ever dreamed of something you wanted so bad? I did. I'd always dreamed of being a cheerleader. I could finally turn on the seventh grade, and so I did. When they posted a list of who made it, I hurried to check the results, fully expecting to see my name. Because, gosh, this was my dream. My name wasn't there. I checked 3 times. It wasn't there. What was there were all of my best girlfriend's names. I was upset. I thought to myself, what did I do wrong? And I realized I messed up in several areas. It was totally my fault. I couldn't even remember the words of the school fight song. And then I decided that this didn't have to be the end of my story, my dream. I was going to do whatever it took to make the team the next year. I went and met with the coaches right away and found out what I needed to practice and what abilities were most important. And I practiced and practiced and practiced, and I worked and sacrificed, met with the coaches some more, and practiced. And that next year, when they posted a list of who made it, I made the team. Woohoo! I was so excited, and I loved it. I took those lessons I learned, and I applied them all 4 years in high school to make the varsity cheer team. It was the best experience living my dream. I'm here to tell you, if you have a dream, a goal, and you're willing to do all the work necessary, meet with the coaches, practice and practice and practice, practice some more, and work and sacrifice and do all the things necessary for your goal or dream, they will come true. I'm Amy Jo Esser, and I'm so excited to be here today. And I am grateful too that you're here watching on a Saturday. Who does that? Those people that are committed to winning their A game. That's who attends a testing weekend event. And that's what we're going to talk about, playing your A game. We're going to go over the steps needed. But first, let's do a definition. Bringing maximum effort, focus, and undeniable commitment. It's an encouragement to do your best. No excuses. When you bring your A game, it means that you're leaving nothing on the table. You're giving it your all. That's that A game definition from the World Wide Web. I like that. Okay, this is going to be an all A theme talk. And so there's 3 things that are absolute necessities to get on your A game and win it. First, you have to define what you need to and want to achieve. You have to be clear on that. And then you have to find out what abilities and skills that you need to get to your A game, and then what are all the actions and action plan you need to make it happen. So the first is, what do you want to achieve? What's your goal, your dream? Where do you want to be? So again, keeping with that A theme, let's say you want to be an automation test engineer. And this is what you're going to aim for every single day. That's what you're doing when you're going for the A game. Your eye is always on that ball. So I wanted to be a cheerleader, both in 7th and 8th grade. But the difference was, in 7th grade, I was just dreaming about it, what I wanted to achieve. In 8th grade, I took it further. I went and figured out what abilities and skills I needed to be able to conquer being a cheerleader. And you need to do the same thing to conquer being an automation test engineer. How do you do that? Go and meet with the experts. I highly suggest this because experts have already done it. They're experienced. That's why they're called an expert. And they leave proof. Success leaves proof. So that's who you want to work with. Someone that's done it. So for a test automation engineer, just to name one example, Angie Jones has created an automation test university. And she's got several different paths. That might be something you want to check out. If you can talk with an expert too, go find one and find out what are all the abilities you need to become the type of automation test engineer that you want to become. And find out what the hardest abilities are to learn. And if it's possible, I highly suggest that you start with the hardest of all if it doesn't build on something else. Just like I started with the hardest for me was learning that school flight cheer. I have no rhythm. To this day, I have no rhythm. So if I'm doing a workout that has a dance routine, I have to do it many, many times. I have to keep practicing and practicing it until I get the skill down. And I eventually do get it down. So you are going to need to do that the same way to become an automation test engineer for whatever goal that you want to achieve. You want to just keep making progress. And this is the most important one, taking action and having no excuses. I definitely didn't do that in the 7th grade. Dreaming about that, being a cheerleader, didn't cut it. So you have to know what steps to take. So you've learned your abilities and what steps you're going to take. Now, I want you to schedule 66-day championships. What are you going to do on the 66th day that you can't do now? So that's maybe taking the first ability. And again, take the hardest ability possible and figure it out. Do it during those 66 days. Celebrate at the 66th day and then chart your next championship. Now, you might just be at the beginning of a skill. So maybe you just conquer, you figure out what you want to conquer in 66 days, and then you just keep moving forward. And some of these things you're going to have to repeat day after day, year after year, until you really get it, depending on how well and great you want to be. So maybe start off as an automation test engineer, and then you move into expert. But the big thing is you can't miss a day. Just like you're here working on the weekends, you need to be working on the weekends for your A game if you want to get it there and really, really excel. I didn't like doing that school fight song, but I had to practice it all 365 days until the next year of trial. I didn't miss a day. So again, to wrap up, you need to write down what you want to achieve. This will help get it into your brain, and your brain's thinking about it. Yes, I want that A game. And abilities, get with the experts right away, figure out what skills you need to get nailed down, and then have an action plan and work on the actions every single day. Don't miss a day. So if you want to win your A game, if you want extraordinary results, you can't have an ordinary work ethic. So please feel free to contact me. I am so approachable. And so I am happy to talk about anything. So reach on out, and thanks for attending today.